Hello, hello, hello! Coming up on today's episode, we create our first bus hub. We expand our university. And we increase the land value in Loughborough. All this and more coming up on episode 16 in Ashbury Dales on Snapdragon Cities. Well, where do you find us? You find us in our quarry. We spent a lot of time on this in the last episode, and you can see they're still working on uncovering this dinosaur that they've managed to find underneath the surface here. We've got a few things left to do in here before we get on with much else. The first thing we have to do is name our ore industry. So we just called it ore, and I don't think it's the most evocative name for this particular industry. So we've been having a think. We like the overall theme of having pretty English sounding names that seem to be spelt a little bit weird, and probably have some historical meaning that we've either forgotten or never bothered to know in the first place. We also know that there's going to be more things in this area than just the quarry. We've got this space here, which might be part of the overall town that this thing is named after. We've also got this other area, the other side here, which no doubt we will get to one day. Feel free to leave a comment to let me know which episode you think it will be when we finally get to actually putting a road down this side of the quarry. I've been giving it some thought, and I have decided this area is going to be called Almondside Quarry. So no good reason for that. I don't think there are any almond trees around here. Hide, I think, means like woods. So there's woods here. So maybe we'll call this the Almondside Woods. I don't know if that would be a correct way to label something, but this is the Almondside Quarry. What we can see from here is we have got all the resources we would need. Almost every job in here is filled. We just need more jobs. So that's telling me all we need to do is place some more stuff in here. The clues we get from this screen: we are mining enough. We're generating 42 tons of raw materials, but we're only processing 10 of that. 32 of it is leaving our city exported as raw materials. That's not good enough. So a couple of fixes we need to do in here. We're going to expand this production area or processing area so that we can get a bit more done in here, maybe justify the size of these car parks a little bit. We won't spend too long on that, but we will get that done. Off camera, we just moved a couple of things around in here. I was having some problems with getting enough raw materials into these processing units. They do seem to have gone away. A lot of just deleting the assets and replacing them worked. I was worried it was something to do with the car parks, so I got rid of those and then reinstated them. I think they're about the same as they were. I'm sure they're fine. I think we're missing some trees around the back here. Again, I trust you will forgive me. If not, leave a comment and let me know that you don't forgive me. Maybe even feel free to dislike the video if you're so appalled by the whole thing. Please don't dislike the video. Right, so let's get on with making a few fixes here. Also, the road that we put in here is, if we zoom out far enough, leaving gaps to the center of the universe. So we'll probably just rebuild this road here. In fact, maybe let's make that the first thing that we do. Well, let's take a look. So we wanted to try and preserve as much of this terracing here as we can. I'm not 100% sure what we're doing with it yet, but certainly not nothing. We left tree anarchy on, of course, to give ourselves just a little bit of tidying up to do afterwards. We can do that very quickly now. That seems very good. That also seems very good. And look, our new road is so good that the ore truck is making its way back to the facility on it. There we go. Marvellous. Not sure about all this in the end. It might be actually that you just wouldn't have that and it would just go all the way back. We'll see. We'll get there. Happy with that. No tearing. Oh, a little bit of tearing the fabric of the earth in here. It's probably just because we've landscaped quite so close to the edge here. Let's undo all that. This isn't doing what I wanted it to do anyway. So there we go. Let's take a look. So okay from here. Okay from here. No. Okay, we're not going to worry about it too much because I clearly don't know how to fix it. So fine. The other thing we need to do is get a few more processing units down here. So I think, what have we got here? We've got a couple of things that are making metals, one thing that's making glass. Let's have a few more of each of those, and let's maybe develop a bit more along here and then maybe back into this space here. So let's start with one or two things along this road here. If we did that, we would probably then change this road to this one. Very good. Make a connection perhaps. Let's put some of our units down and then see how we would want to shape around them. Do we have anything fun that we can work with here? A rotary kiln plant. Well, we don't have one of those yet. Look, it's enormous as well. So if you were a rotary kiln plant, where would you want to be? Would you want to be able to be visible from the motorway? Yeah, because you're a bit of a show-off, aren't you? You rotary kiln plant, you. Right, let's we'll pop it down and then we'll move it. So it's not obviously where it's gonna stay. Or is it? Is it so bad there? No, it's fine. We just need to integrate it into the surroundings a little bit. Okay, perfect. Nailed it in one. Right, let's get a road around it. That might help us. Definitely did something. Let's see if it did something good. There we go. That'll do. Right, that'll do a lot of processing for us. Do we want anything else? Do we want even maybe just another one of those? Maybe that's exactly what we want. Do we have anything else in here? So we've got our glass manufacturing plant now, ore grinding mill. That's what we've been working with. So I think another kiln plant might. Right, let's take a look at what we've done there. So a couple of rotary kiln plants in there, just really fleshing out this area again, just justifying the size of the car parks and things like that, but also just feeling just super appropriate and like we've moved our industry on. Opportunity for some trees around here as well, so maybe we'll just there we go, and let's get it plumbed in as well while we're here. There we go. Right, so I should imagine that once we've got this humming along, everything should start to work. We've managed to put all those pipes down and not actually get any to our building. That should be what we need. And we're approaching a problem in terms of our water availability. So that's good. We know we're going to want to do some more in here. Have we created enough jobs to get to the next level? Yeah, so we're just going to let this tick up. And then when we get to level 4, maybe we'll come around and do just a little bit more work here. But happy enough with that. That feels super industrial, but that's what we're going for. Okay, right. Let's move on to some of the key parts of our build. Right then, we've got a lot of buses in our city. So if we take a look at this here, you can see we've got at least 20 different lines. It might be even exactly 20. Trying to sort these into order does apparently nothing of the sort. Oh, I wonder why. I wonder how it's doing that. I've got no idea. Anyway, so 20 bus lines, no single point in common. A lot going on. A lot of places you can get to by bus in the city, but it is a bit unwieldy to say the least. So we're going to create a bus hub. I think we're going to do that here. I've done a little bit of thinking about where this could go. We want somewhere central in the city. We want somewhere that's close enough to everything. I think we're probably going to end up building more this way than this way in the short term. We've got a promise to build Upper Turnwater here, and I'm sure that will encourage us to look this way down the map. Our train line goes that way too. So we know anything we do this way, people can be well served by hopping on a train and moving up here. So maybe we don't need to worry too much about getting our bus hub that way as well. It is quite hard to get round towards this end anyway, other than bus or car though. So I think if we make this a central point for our public transport in terms of buses, then maybe that makes some sense. All the buses will probably come this way anyway, and having a central point for them to merge here feels very sensible. And so we also have this little bit of space left over from where we built Beechwood Farm before we'd unlock this additional tile. We've got this space here so we can maybe put it to some use. Who knows, we might even make a connection into Beechwood Farm, though I don't want to promise that just yet. First thing we need to do is have a think about leveling this area out. I think that won't take too much concern at all. It's a lump here that does come over to the other side here, so we'll end up making that connection into Beechwood Farm a little bit easier if we wanted to. But we'll flatten this area out. We'll pop the bus hub in, see what we can do in terms of decoration and integration, and then get the bus lines hooked up to it. So we'll make a start on that now. Well, we interrupt this time lapse for an important update. Look at this. Not only are we recognised, we're also now renowned. We've had a fantastic influx of students over the last academic year, a couple of academic works, and that's got us to renowned, which I think means people know the name. So people drive past and go, ah, that's Ashbury Poly. I know that university. There we go. Well done us. Let's keep seeing if we can build this pedestrian bridge. This bus terminal, it's one of the generic City Skylines assets, so putting it in between the farm and the university makes sense. This is a very City Skylines generic area after all. We've done a few things here, so we want to make sure it's easy for pedestrians to get here. We can see they've already realised what we've done, and so they're flocking over here. This footbridge over here connects from the university to the bus terminal, and then we've created a path alongside from the back of the bus terminal up through to Beechwood. This path, as soon as I put it down, started getting heavy utilisation. We've used a park path because when we use one of the other ones, the ruining that we've done to the ground here just hides the path, and I'd like to be able to see it. So there we go. We made a mistake, first of all, by allowing cars through here. I can see some cars coming through now, so I wonder if I've messed up. Oh, but it's caught fire. So maybe we don't need to worry about this at all. It's going to just burn down. I mean, just put it out from there, lads. Come on, just put it out from there. You can do it. I don't think I'd be standing under there. If the roof was on fire, I think I would leave it. Thank you very much, fire service, for following the one-way road system that we have in place here. Will you please now put out the fire? Have they done it? Let's have a look. Maybe if we just give it a minute, it comes back to normal. Let's not worry about it too much for now. At least Go Nuts Donuts have still got their marketing alive and kicking in here. So there we go. I think that's going to work a treat. We will let it go and see how it works. We're going to keep an eye out for traffic. We are obviously pushing quite a lot of additional bus traffic down this road. I don't think it will block itself up here, though. I think we've got enough runway here for this to all work as we would want for it to. So I don't anticipate additional traffic. Right, let's move on to thing number 2 in our build. Well, here we are at our renowned Ashbury Polytechnic. Look at this. So we've got this far, but we will go no further without additional expansion. And so that's exactly what we're going to do. We are making a lot of money. We don't have a huge amount down here. We've got a lot of students for the amount of things we've got down here. We do have some off-site campus study areas. We'll just let those keep going, but we've got a lot of space to grow into here. So we're going to see what we've unlocked and find homes for it. Let's talk some of this through at least. So let's get to our trade school campus here and see what we've got. The outdoor study, I think, would have been a really good fit in one of these areas here. In lieu of that, maybe we can find somewhere else for it. It is tempting to put it here, but I do think we are going to want to put down some other buildings. So let's consider that first. Gymnasium, cafeteria, we'll need those. Fountain we would like, a library. IT club's quite small. The commencement office is quite big, and the academic statue, I think, we'll need to go near the front. So the question is, how much of this do we want to do on this site? Or how much do we want to do elsewhere? Where else would that elsewhere be? Would it be the other side of the road? Would we consider perhaps opening up to the other side of the road, finishing off here? Because we know we've got some terrain issues here, and maybe we want to leave Okerton some room to... What is happening over there? What is happening, friends? Abandoned because of no water. Oh dear. Okay. We had a crisis. Perhaps we saw it in the time lapse, perhaps not. But I left a lot of buildings without power and water when I thought I had reconnected a power line, but I had failed. So I'm going to go through and reset all these buildings in Move It Mod and bring them back to life. There we go. Last one done. Right, let's get back to what we were doing. So I think... yeah, let's do that. Let's expand our university to the other side of the road, shall we? I think if we're doing that, we can with confidence put that outdoor study area here. And so let's do that. Let's finish this off here. We'll plop this there. That looks wonderful. We will put the road around the back. Nice and nice. There we go. Let's get everything to be the same height, like so. Get amongst it and take a look. Wonderful. Who wouldn't love to study there? Excellent. I wonder, are we able to hook into these paths and just really fill up the space here? And some trees just inside that, perhaps. There we go. Lovely. So we've put some trees around the outside, use some of those same trees to add a bit of similarity to the inside of the asset, and I think we're going to be wonderful. So let's do that. And then what do we want to do over here? Well, we need to do a bit of terrain preparation, because you can see we do go up on a slope towards the Almondside Woods here. So we can sort of avoid that though, can't we? We could come down here even sort of towards around the back of this. And let's do that. So we'll create a bit of a road layout which will form the basis of this. Probably even make a connection here as well. And yeah, see if we can create ourselves some room for a nice large expansion of Ashbury Poly. Right then, let's take a look at this, shall we? So, I think this is pretty nice, you know. So this this Alderside side of the Almondside side, forgive me, of the university, I think looks quite spectacular. So this commencement office, we've given a little bit of view back here, so perhaps there would be swathes of parents proudly trying to take pretty long range photos from here of the podium. We've got a couple of dormitories that we've put in here. We've got our library, we've got a cafeteria, gymnasium, and our school travel. Oh, a school of tourism and travel. There we go. So I wonder how how broken it will be when we press play. I already know. Before I press play, I already know I've forgotten to plumb it in. So let's let it tell me, and then we'll fix that particular problem. There we go. That seems to have worked. So we've done quite a bit of decoration around here. We've got some academic statues in here, plenty of car parks about the place as well for people to get in there. Last thing for us to do, I think, is get the buses hooked in. So let's try and do that. Where would they go? So if you were a bus, how would you get into here? Yeah, let's see how that works. We'll see what that does to our buses. Let's check in on our bus hub as well while we've done that. See, are we thriving, yay or nay? Well, of course we are. Look at it. Look how busy it is in here. People are loving it. This is telling me maybe now that we've extended the length of a lot of our lines that we don't have enough buses. Yes, there we go. So we've added a bunch of buses to the lines there, and that should get us there in the end. We'll let that do what it's trying to do, and we'll check back in at periodic intervals. So yeah, love that. I think that's a really nice expansion of the university there, and no doubt that will get us to attractiveness sky high, students sky high, academic works. Let's make sure we don't fail on that, shall we? Let's give a grant for that. We're making money, are we? Yeah, we're making money, so we can invest a little bit in our academic stuff here. Let's spend 5 on that. Yeah, we're still making money at the university. Maybe even a little bit more will do well. There, great. Okay, let's see. We won't get there in one jump, but maybe with that little bit of increased investment, we can get there in 2. Seeing a bit more traffic along here, but that seems good. It seems like it's buzzing along quite nicely to me. So bus hub down, university down. Let's go on to our final thing. So a few episodes back, we created what we called at the time the nice bit of Loughborough. And nice though it is, valuable it is not. And so we get frequent complaints of low land value around here. We've got nice high land value in places where we've got lots of things happening, lots of services, etc. We've put some services down here and the value's not terrible, but this area really wants to be a lot nicer than this. And we do keep getting some low land value things coming up here. So I think we're going to need to find a way to put down a couple more services. I think one of the services we need to get down in here is an elementary school. And so we'll use a bit of space here. And let's see if we can quickly get an elementary school in here. There we go. So elementary school in there, few football pitches in there once they get around to painting the lines. Decent enough access. Let's see if we can connect any local buses. We can. Let's pop this one in. Yep, there seems good. And there seems good. Wonderful. Right, that should, I think, help. Let's run the game and check. Yeah, I think that'll be all right. I think that'll just raise the value a little bit. The other thing we could do is, oh, I know what we could do. Let's put some water over here, shall we? Right where these electrical lines are. That will surely work, won't it? Let's see. Do we still need these electric lines back here? There we go. That should work. So what we'll maybe do is we'll just carve out like a lake in here, put a little path around it, and I bet that will raise the land value as well. Water does have a tendency to do that. Now you're thinking, what about the trees in here? What trees? Right, now we pause the game because we're dealing with water, and it's not our first time of having done it, so we know that we're going to need to keep it on pause. We don't really have good enough terrain to come all the way over here, so we'll keep it over here. And so the way that we do this is we get our raising and lowering terrain tool, give ourselves a decent bit of size, and whoop, go down. Pick a height that we like somewhere near the middle. That wasn't low enough, was it? Right, let's go again. Whoop. Well, there's something low enough in there for us, isn't there? Let's choose that height. There, that looks better, doesn't it? That looks better. Let's get that around about there. That seems good. Right, and then we very carefully add ourselves a water source. Now that should work. So we'll hit play, and we should start seeing the water flow in nicely to, but not above, the edge of what we've created here. So let's tidy up what we've done with the trees, and let's get a path through here. There we go. Should imagine that will work quite well at what we're trying to do here. Let's take a look. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing those problems again for a little while. So there we go. School has helped definitely increase services, will make people happier, but not as much, it would seem, as a giant puddle in the woods. There we go. Marvellous. Right, well, having achieved, I think, quite a lot in this episode, we can take a trip back over to our now 4-star Almondside Quarry. We can see we're still exporting a bit too much for our tastes, aren't we? So I wonder if now that we're at level 4, we've got anything else we can be doing with those raw materials. Let's take one quick look. So we have a seabed mining vessel. That's not really what we're in the market for. Additional extraction units, again, aren't really what we're in the market for. A fiberglass plant could be, though. We're no longer in the industry area, but actually we'd probably be more likely to try and sneak a couple in here, wouldn't we? Couple side by side there. Let's get in and take a look. So we can see we're not doing a fantastic job of keeping an eye on our terrain. We can do some bits. I think I'm overall a little bit disappointed that we haven't been able to keep track of our heights here. We really want to be that height. Yeah, right, okay, and then we can spread out the earth a little bit here, I think. There we go. We've got quite a lot going on over here, haven't we? Very good, very good. I'm just pondering, do we have a bus that comes over here? No, we don't. Right, so let's create the line. We'll go just around the industry area itself first. And then once we've done that, I think we'll just grab the point where it's going to come out of the area, drag it over to there. And I reckon that's good enough. Let's see what bus it's given us and make sure that we're happy with all of that. There we go. I should imagine that will work very well. We've got plenty of jobs. We don't quite have enough jobs to get us to the next level. So actually maybe we want to put 1 or 2 more things down to get us there. I still don't want to place any more additional extraction units. So I wonder then if we want some additional storage just to make sure that we're keeping some of that or not taking any more out. How many workers do we have here? I'm not sure that it tells me here actually. So what we'll do, I have another one of these up here, I think. It's not the flattest, is it, around here? Maybe we put that in the wrong place. We can try it here. There we go. How many additional jobs did that get us? Nothing like enough. Maybe exactly 0 jobs there at the storage facility. That seems unlikely, but fine. we'll leave it there for now. I think we've achieved quite a lot in this episode, and we won't tempt our luck by trying to do more than we deserve in one go. So let's pick a few people to follow around the city, and then wrap it up. Well, and there you have it, episode 16 of Ashbury Dale's in the books, and here we are looking over our glorious extension to Ashbury Polytechnic. Now that we're renowned, I think we might have to start thinking about maybe modernising our name, maybe Ashbury Dale's University or something like that, or if we're feeling particularly spicy, the University of Ashbury Dales. But I really like this. I think it's come together really, really well. Lots of trees, lots of open green spaces, lots of parks in here, and a view in the background, as you can see, of our giant rotary kiln plants that we've put in there, which seem to be thriving as well. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like it. If you do, take the time to leave a comment. Let me know what it was you liked about it. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out, and hit the notification bell to make sure you stay up to date with everything that we do here. All that being said, thank you very much for spending your time with me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Take care and goodbye.